Welcome to Technical University of Munich, one of Germany's best universities. And my name is Christoph, and I hold the chair for IP law at the TUM School of Management. My focus is patents and trade secrets. And as a patent law scholar, I author the German-speaking world's leading treatise on patent law, which has just come out shortly before Christmas, about which I'm delighted. I also do work on the protection of trade secrets because both patents and trade secrets together form technology protection for most companies across the globe. I am delighted to have as my guest here at my chair at TUM School of Management, Professor Mei-Hsin Wang from Yunnan University in Taiwan, Taipei, Taiwan, who today is going to tell us something about the work that she is doing. We share, obviously, interests in the area of patent law and also in the patent system, because one of the things we both care about and do research on is patent quality. Professor Wang, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Professor An. It's my great pleasure today here to share my work on patent quality analysis and evaluation through AI and big data analysis, machine learning, all about those emerging technology which may bring to impact the patent law and the patent ecosystem. And I will further hope after my presentation, it will stimulate or bring out more idea for your university and my university to have more cooperation, and it will benefit our students and our research, maybe bring out more merits for the IP quality and IP business, IP economies. So allow me to start my presentation from now.
Excellent.
Blockchain AI predicting technology change the patent ecosystem. I would like to address the example today. As Professor An kindly introduced, I am Mei-Hsin Wang. I'm the author for two books, Law, Politics, and Revenue Extraction on Intellectual Property, and Law, Policy, and Monetization in Intellectual Property, both published by Cambridge Scholar Publishing. I'm very much interested in IP-related matters. My day job is in the National University of Science and Technology. It's a beautiful place, and I would also like to take this opportunity to invite you all to visit my university for research, for visiting. We certainly hope after my presentation will bring out more ideas. We can work together with students and faculties or even industry in both countries, then we can have better contribution for our professions toward the world. My university is one of the top 3 science and technology university. Paragon University of Innovation and Teaching, College of Engineers have been accredited by IEET. College of Management has been accredited by AACSB. And the ranking for emerging economy, ranking for industry income, and ranking for impact ranking and impact ranking for UI Green Metric World University also perform pretty well. We have 5 colleges: engineering, management, design, humanity, and applied science. College of Future. So we certainly hope this is a good start. The issues on technology impact on patent system, blockchain, AI, predicting energy, and other new technology will change the patent ecosystem, certainly. But how we face the technology impact related to this new technology, and I will demonstrate examples. And I sincerely hope we have a very enthusiastic discussion. How you feel about IoT, cloud computing, blockchain, and other emerging technology, and what you think the future of IP law and the edge of IP industry 4.0. And how we can apply blockchain technology practice our IP law. Patents are a critical important asset class, represent a huge investment by government, corporation, patent owner. Billions are spent on patent regulation, promoting innovation, obtaining patent, and patent service provider. And global R&D spend is a proxy for patent spend and exceed 2 trillion yearly. And global patent filing increase more than 8% every year. Patent highly illiquid, however. And only 2% of the world patent transact, resulting in 180 billion a year in revenue primarily related to the licensing and acquisition transactions. And only 5% of the world patent are converted into commercial opportunity. So is there a patent? Who owns it? That matters. And what does the patent cover its basic attributes? It matters. And how do we translate more easily, cheaply, and more efficiently? So IP foster innovation by making it easier, faster, and cheaper is the key we have to work on. Where to find a patent? An identified patent owner determine what the patent covers, establish basic patent attributes, and to conduct transaction. So my university work closely with industry, and I personally struck Allen's to AI system, which I use today to demonstrate for the cases. And I think they are one of the best. Of course, they are friends for years. So one of them is the IPV platform, and it's an integrated platform. So they could integrate transaction, network, finance, and also patent value quality evaluation rating in one platform. So I think that's a very unique and very touching idea. That's why I dedicated my time to validate the system with hundreds of cases. And this is also what I would like to present for today and tomorrow. And patent is a new asset class. It's, however, under utilization and is unscalable bespoke service model, and potential for value appreciation and improved market transparency is important. And in particularly, and risk criteria still existed, and low visibility of IP assets is the current situation. So how we stimulate the global growth? Technology, of course, technology is the key. Blockchain embedded intellectual property transaction, and the AI, they could help us to decide the qualified value. Of course, qualification value, they have different principle, different theories, but each system, they have to decide a few factors to make the judgment. Of course, if you're not satisfied with one system, you can try the second opinion, third opinion. But however, there's always the reasons behind why the system use certain factors. But after evaluate the quality and the value of the patent, it would be good to validate the validity of the patent. And then if we can find the patent owner, negotiate, making contracts on the platform and also make a payment, there will be idea process in one. If there's a one platform existed, combined with the current non-fungible tokens, they will even faster the transaction. So in Power AI Analytics, we need the rating, valuation, and answers. So with the rating, even the IP amateur or the outsider, whoever interested in investing in IP, they could have the reliable rating system for them to make the judgment that the real estate, that the stock market. So finance insurance can quickly assess the quality each patent. Valuation, the first intelligent evaluation system, well, it was, yes, there was, I first saw they compare with all the patent and non-patent reference and make the grading for each patent, and they could evaluate the total patent score, independent claim, and also the elements, and help you to quickly prioritize through similarity by claim structure, classification, and also the text, citation, all these factors together for you to find out the top 80 potential similar arts where you can use for enforcement, cooperation, merger acquisition, or litigation, whatever you like. The answers, the system answer you based on these abstract ideas. They give you the brief answer, improve the transparency of the pattern. So I feel that's pretty much an achievement. If the system provide owner, so the patent owner with the ability, they could identify, research, evaluate, and translate. So reveal the value of IP-related risk. When we mention the risk, is if you find out the 6 similar arts, the top 80 list of the similar arts, they were either your potential cooperating partners or they were your potential competitors. So through AI, machine learning, big data analysis certainly cut the cost. With modern technology on the blockchain, you can also apply smart contract. Smart contract is not a paper contract, but it could embed the contract clause. They could make the records with blockchain will not be changed. So they could execute a pattern through program. So that's very convenient tool. That's what I think. So the user case, so we can check existing arrangement and develop new strategy. Use the system to execute as possible business transaction, licensing, pledge, securitization, fundraising, and all possible financial measures you can think. Why we need this system? I believe you may have heard this case. Arango was previously spin-off from Hewlett under the support from Singapore government. They courageously acquired LSI with 6.6 billion. Thereafter, another adventurous move to acquire Broadcom with 37 billion. The ranking, quickly they become the #1 chip design company, even bigger than MediaTek in Taiwan. Thereafter, MediaTek immediately acquired another 4 company to maintain the competence. But there is a flaw. The many top class patents were already sold to intellectual discovery before the merger. So IP system need a well-planned system. IP system need to be well managed in corporate, not only in corporate, for the government as well, because it's an important access. They also represent the strengths of competence. For the case I would like to show you is for the iRobot case. This is the Mazutech Enterprise, is a Taiwanese company, and he claimed it was out of the hook because of the target from iRobot, because he spent 3 million litigation and he purchased strong pattern from each. But if we have the AI and these systems, rules I told you before, the system I just showed you. My student, in 5 minutes, we quickly found out a potential arts, and then we realized actually Mazutech doesn't need to acquire new patent. They could easily apply this potential list with a granted patent. They could invalidate iRobot's patent, or at least invalidate certain claim to settle the case. So the cost will be much, much less. Immediately after the iRobot ITC case announced, my students have carried on the study, and we published the study. So the Chinese company, they learn and then get our information, quickly settle with iRobot. So we'll study your competitors or to resolve your IP issues through big data and AI system is very meaningful and efficient. And I would like to apply another case, Transmeta versus Intel. It's old case, but it is also before AI and machine learning and big data was very broadly applied. Before you heard of the China-US trade conflict, long ago, American government would not allow Transmeta sell their product service to China company, but China is a big market. If without selling to China, the market will be limited. Therefore, Transmeta have to transfer his focus from selling product service to litigation, and he chose Intel as a target. Fortunately, he won 250 million, right? I think. But thereafter, the company was sold up. Through litigation without AI and big data, it's difficult to find more potential infringer. As you can see, we use our system. We quickly find out. Here's the top 35, but you can quickly find out top 80 similar potential targets. Then we use this we actually review 10 of the patterns. One of them, for example, US 643.068, potential licensee and infringer or target are you can have AMD, not only Intel, National Semiconductor Co., VIO, Silex, Samsung Electronic, F3, HP Digital Equipment, IBM, LG, and more. So if the system exists earlier, Transmeta could sue more company. But on the other hand, if we are helping the potential defendant, then we will give them the list. Here you see the list. A is application, right? B, there's an approved pattern. We can use digital equipment's pattern. The similarity is 82. Use their patterns and many others to invalidate Transmeta's pattern. And we actually have done every single pattern for this time. Their quality are not very good, but the value is very good because they diligently enforce their right. So quality and value somehow not proportionally related. Value also depends on the efforts and luck. So this is just an example I would like to show you. The current progress on AI, big data with application, analytic and pattern, I'll show you example. So the validation process, the key pattern from pattern transaction, pattern license, pattern assertion will be chosen, and then the strong prior art will be found, and so they could use to challenge the pattern claim. Potential limitation of a claim construction will be conducted. So the decision to make whether to transaction, license, or assert based on those system statistics. So they will give the invention, claim construction, prior search. And so you, based on that, you make your decision whether it's validate evaluation. And also the regulation were encoded in the system. So as we say, the software program, now you can embed in many other conditions, terms to help you deal with the needs you wish to resolve. Image identification are already achieved, so you can easily plug in not only this system. This is a pattern cloud system. The previous system is Zeus Analytic, but also they have compute marks and many other softwares for trademarks as well, or for design pattern, for utility model patterns. Well, if you just quickly draw a chart or picture, they could quickly give you the list of similar arts, pattern, or trademark. It's already there, and many people are applying the technology. If you don't know, it would be very possible you will lose your competency. So when we talk about the quality and value, This is the pattern class system I show you. Of course, this is not only standard. As I mentioned, every system, every tool, every big data system, they have their own priority for their factors, their foundation, their principles, how they make this statistic, how they make a judgment. This is just an example I would like to show you. For example, qualification profile inventor, qualification profile applicant, stage of technology, life cycle, citation, pre-grant assignment, licensing. Of course, there will be agreeable value factors. For quality-wise, qualification and profile attorney, qualification and profile examiner, number of potential prior art, structure independent and dependent claim, and claim text. Of course, they all can be used as the factor to decide the value and quality. So in this pattern class system, you can immediately, if patent did not pay the annuity fee, they would expire. So whether it's value expire or whether they have litigation, they will give it a sign here. They will also indicate the quality and value. So from here, you have full text, patent family, citation, history, original document. For patent family here, you see they could give you the detail whether the patent family expire or it's issued or it's granted, expire. So it's very convenient. I also use this system to, as my university is very greatly encourage us to work with industry. So we accept the cases from industry to help them identify technology situation. For example, this is a blockchain case. We can quickly compare and gather all the blockchain related pattern and identify the class quality wise, pattern wise. And if you click the part, it will get a list of the pattern class. So you can also find your potential partner or your potential infringer, or do whatever business you prefer. So in this system, they have validity insight. They help you to check validity, search pattern, even the design pattern they can do. So for company-wise, here you see I do the technology-wise. You can also do the company-wise. For example, I help Spill to quality-wise all his pattern with the list, so they could make decision which class of pattern they would like to keep, which part of pattern they would like to abandon, and or the rest they maybe would like to licensing or enforcement or do whatever they like. This is a particular meaningful for Japanese company, because Japanese company, they tend to plan tons of patents. As you can see, they have 100,000 patents. It's common for leading Japanese company, but there's a huge burden. So as you can see, this is a Fujifilm. One, my friend is the current legal counsel, and it's difficult for him, because how can you make the decision to abandon 38%, 39% of your patents? And the 39% could represent 64,000 patents. That's a huge amount. There are many companies, they don't even have 6,000, not even to open patent, not even to abandon 64,000 patents. But that's the decision you make. You can quickly understand your company profile, and you also review. They will review 21 patents. That means they were facing 21 challenges. Reissues 19%. That means they successfully saved 90 cases. So I think, of course, AI, big data analysis, predicting technology, they does reveal a lot of information, and they help to improve the transparency. It's not only for whoever interested to invest, participate IP business, but it's also beneficial for corporate management. They could fully understand their current situation, have right information, right data to make right strategies. So Fujifilm is not the only company who have difficulty. I remember when I did all the top 20 Japanese companies analysis and give a presentation in Japan, all the CEO and all the legal counsel relief. You know why they relief? If you don't review other company, because the company, they are cross industry, so they feel sorry to abandon so many patents because that's their engineer, their staff's effort, and they ever once invest huge amount of money and resources, efforts on this patent. And for example, Toshiba, they have to abandon 51% of the patents, and that means 208,000 patents. That's humongous number of patents. So before they abandon that, perhaps they could sell the patent, because there are many small medium companies. They maybe very much wish to have a patent purchase from famous, well-known company, and they will make their company looks more presentable. What I'm saying that there was once Microsoft sued Tweet, and then Tweet finally spent a reasonable amount, acquire 900 patents from Microsoft to seize this patent suit, and it also support a successful IPO for Tweet, because they make the company suddenly have 900 patents from Microsoft. Looks good, right? So different class, different patent, they have different use. We have to clause for Toshiba, say reissue 108 patent. That means they were successfully rescue 128 litigation. They win, they survive. Of course, they have been revoked 127. That means they lost 127. But it also means their patent with good quality or with huge economy values. So from these analysis, we can reveal many important information. Here I would like to show you the tool can help advanced search, and it leverage the knowledge domain, because I think in old days, people in IP with some advanced task, it has to be people around my age, late 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. For young generation, they have the either technology domain, professional domain, because it cross pattern, cross law, cross technology, all experience. So that it was difficult for the youngest. But with AI tool, they could give you a lot of help, even break through the language barrier. So here you see they could have all kinds of language, even German, French. You can expansion the language to choose, and then can give you keyword. If you use a smart search, they could help you, provide you additional word, a lot of the keyword for you to conduct the search. Even you are in the same knowledge domain, you somehow may missing some keywords. So that helps, AI helps. But of course, AI have to learn. If it's a very new domain, they will give you funny suggestions. But you can ignore the domain, and the system will learn again. That means we are training the system. So here I use blockchain as an example. You can see they give you Ethereum, Bitcoin, cloud-based, peer-to-peer, distribution ledger. So they can even give you Japanese. So Japanese, Chinese. So they give young generation an opportunity to enjoy a profound profession. With the profession require profound knowledge and expertise. So this is another example. If I choose, I It's not Google, it's you search AI. They give you so many different keywords with one single human being. I certainly, even I'm in this field for long, I may lose some of the keywords. For corporation, they help you get the market information. So for example, if I try to search Sony, they will help me to correlated also related company with Sony. So then if you want to do merger acquisition, you will not mix patterns. So you can choose the different, you can select and gather. So this is corporation for Sony. And of course, you don't need so many corporations. It depends on your search. But what I would like to emphasize is AI, they help you, they give you more options and for you to make decisions. And they are related informations. For example, keyword, for example, corporation. Okay, and the current growth for blockchain and contract, smart contract and ecosystem. As I just mentioned, traditionally, we register the pattern. But if we want to buy the pattern, you need to know whether it's validated, whether who is the owner, who to contact, how to communicate, how to complete the process. It takes ages. But if we everybody on the blockchain, what we mean in the future, we hope patent office on the blockchain, owner, user, whoever interested on IP business are there, any changes on the circle, everybody knows, and they will provide real-time information. Why? Because many patent office, they don't update. I think most of the patents, they couldn't update their database every day, once a week, twice a week, a month. So if you want to acquire patent or you want to check validity, there may be some time gap. So the 100% accuracy will not be achieved. So everybody on the smart chain with smart contract certainly have the this advantage. You can have the real time, how many patent, how many national office there, and how many new patent are granted, and how many patent they pay the fees. And the benefits I want to show you is currently most of the company, they employ CPA group software, but however, individual country, you still need domestic countries attorney help you to pay the fee to the office. So you have the extra money pay for the agencies, and you need to pay the software. But if everybody is on the platform, then the middleman, the broker, the agency were eliminated. And with if everybody on the market, on the circle, if everybody on the circle, then the cost could be cheaper. For example, then you only need to pay office fee, and the agency fee will remove. Certainly, law firms will not be happy. For collecting royalty fee, the same. You can remove the agency fee. Certainly, you will have extra profit. For grading the patents, this Zeus Analytic is an AI intelligence technique. It's a random walk retry system. So they were based on the classification, network related pattern, textual similarity of claim element, and the number of claim matched, and will give the grading. So every claim they matched, and they will give you the match the claim element. They give you a claim chart. Although the claim chart may not be 100% correct, but they have done the first. You can upgrade your role as the reviewer and save time for the groundwork. The rules differ element to element prior identification. This is the example. So the system, it's been trained decades. So they, even judges, even examiners, users, everyone could benefit. So they give you the score. and they give you the claim, and the claim they chop into the element, so you can have a claim chart as well. Previously, the claim chart costs you a lot. So with smart contract embedded on the blockchain, we can do patent grant. If the patent is granted, we know immediately. If we want to pay the annuity fee, I just show you that can be done. Patent sale, you can find a patent owner and you can use the smart contract to do a sale licensing. Patent pool confirmation, patent-based lending, tokenized patent lending, defense aggregation, and mutual non-aggressive pack. So this is the chart, briefly mention what is the patent grant process, what patent office will receive, the system will be updated, and patent owner will be notified. Small contract, if you want to contact them, you can apply, and the platform could provide analytic, annual fee payment, future tokenization, and smart contract if you want to deal with business. For the payment and for the licensing, for assignment, sale assignment. For SAP, because the current issues is another very hot issue is the SAP. SAP is the best illustrated as the patent market illiquidity. Market's big, stakes high, patent ownership is opaque, assessment patent of value is complex, outrageous expensive. One could cost more than 1 million. Time-consuming market clearance, and we believe the AI blockchain, they will certainly help. The royalty is complex. If you want to make the DVD, you have to choose either 6C, 3C, or 1C alliance, and then you have to choose the patent pool from one of these and one of these. So it's complicated. For essential standard patents, sometimes patent not necessary to be the best patent to make the maximum profit. If the patent, they could have broader application, cover more technology, then they will help you make more money. Patent alliance formation step is also complicated, so you cannot blame them, charge you a lot. They have to pass identification, standard technology, intellectual property research team organization set up. They have to set up technology standard, appoint independent essential standard patent expert, recruit access essential standard patent. At the same time, they have to select a licensing representative, licensing agency, employing the trustee. And they have to do market survey intelligence to set out a program how to make a licensing. And then all the essential standard patent assignees meeting, licensing package program contract discussion, and finally they have to pass every single country's anti-competition authority approval before they could activate their patent alliance. Therefore, they need to have quality, validity, value, essentiality, risk assessment, data pool, user identity, entity identity, e-commerce capability a lot. So it's complicated. The system is expensive, the process is expensive, the regulation is complicated. But we also believe using the AI using AI big data, they help ease the process or make it more transparent, more standard, more simplified. So patent pooling, confirmation, aggregate, non-aggregate patent. So that's the process. So the patent owner could transfer patent to special vehicle, monetize or tokenize their patent, and then the licensees, they could pay to this. They could invest this securitization, and then either exchange with real money or token or virtual currencies, whatever. So with technology, a lot of vision can come true. Of course, it may take some certain period of time. Thereafter, I would like to share you my students' work. We once validate the system with the true case. For example, furnace Apple case. The case was ruled by on 2018, and Venice were awarded over 500 million, and the technology related to FaceTime and iMessage pattern these 4 patterns, and we evaluate with 2 systems. One is a pattern crawl. So we realized the pattern quality wasn't very high, but value high, of course. But as I mentioned, the value also related to the diligence. But with the rules, we further analyzed the, as you can see, the claim 1, 0, claim 1, 0, claim 1, 0. That means their pattern, you can find the similar odds. Therefore, the uniqueness and innovation is high. No wonder you have to pay. Otherwise, Apple wouldn't pay, right? Then this is the perfect patterns. For the independent claim, you couldn't find any similar odds. The score of the lower, that means the percentage, how many prior are in front of you. So if it's average around 50, that means okay. 0 best, that means you have to pay, settle. For this 61, 63, so you can further analyze the claim chart to the element. There's a possibility we can invalidate that. The more pattern claim we invalidate, the less damage we have to pay. So this is the case. And we also try another case for smart vehicles. It's the PACE case. The PACE, they sue Hyundai, and they were rewarded around 29 million with these 3 patents. But when he tried to sue Ford, was without success, because Ford was very cleverly filed 25 petitions for inter-party review. Thereafter, PACE filed complaint against Volkswagen, Audi, and Porsche to ITC. Some of them win, some of them settle. So finally, the case will settle. But we review these 3 patterns. As you can see, pattern all valid. You can see patterns valid. Through pattern crawl, it's valid pattern. The quality, not very much, but the value is high because they win. So, but use rules, we review every independent claim. So we can find out there are some weaker claim where we can try to invalidate. If we try to invalidate a claim, then we don't have to pay that much, right? The second pattern, they have over 300 claims. If you don't have the AI system to help you, how can you do the analysis? And we finally found out that the 305, 306, they are the weaker claims. Of course, the claim 1 is also not very strong. Okay, for these 3. So they help you to find out, make decision whether the claim 41, 49, well, in average. So they make you do, so this is the claim 122, very good one. Claim 157, average. So in this kind of case, we will suggest that you try to evaluate some claims to reduce the damage compensation and also gain your bargain power. Okay, and the next case we want to show you is the 3D printing. Time limitation, we don't go through a detail, but it's a very famous case. They almost changed the law because it's Elegant versus ClearCorrect. Elegant is a bigger company. ClearCorrect is acquired by another company. After the acquisition, the company, they finally settled. But before that, they had many litigation. So Elegant sued ClearCorrect because they sent their file from Pakistan back to United States. And ITC accept the case, but Elegant filed to, but ClearCorrect filed appeal to CFC, and CFC reverse the case. Because actually there's no physical good through the custom, right? But 3D printing is a new technology. If you allow them doing internet for infringement, then it's also fair. So many people are waiting for the outcome, but Clear Curry was very smart. He encouraged attorney to invalidate patents as much as possible. So finally, Elegant doesn't have patent quality good enough for Supreme Court, and the case was ceased. That's what I would like to say. We have reviewed those patents. For the patent quality, not good, and this is okay. So some patent already expired. But there's one patent that drew my attention, as you see here. Quality A, we don't often see it, but why? They didn't pay the fee. Also, I believe Elegant didn't know their patent is such great. They think it's a printing apparatus, printing tools apparatus. Maybe not every dentist will buy it, so they didn't pay the fee. Or maybe their agency forgot to pay the fee for them. With AI and big data analysis systems, they will help you they will remind you, you will not forget to pay your fee unless you decided not to pay. Before you decided not to pay, they will give you the valuation. Then you will know your patent is a very good patent, because the claim one score is 90. The innovation, the originality is very high. It's a pity they didn't pay it. Even you don't want to pay it, there must be some people who would like to sponsor the payment or have the ownership or equity share. So that's why we say this blockchain tokenization, securitization on patent rights is very helpful for a lot of inventors. If you can't afford to pay your patent fees, you can just on the system online say you want sponsorship, or you can divide your patent into different share, and then who want to sponsor or who want to buy. Not necessary to buy the patent, they can invest you. So this is what I say, new technology bringing another hope and opportunities. And here, this is another case. Baringo is a very famous patent troll, and he sued ZTE. And ZTE diligently invalidated 40% of their claims, still have to pay 21.5 million. So if they did not do that, they have to pay more. And they sued ZTE in 12 countries. So how can a small medium company will survive? Fortunately, ZTE is the leading company in China. What I would like to say is, if you don't learn new skill, you may suffer a lot. The final case I want to show you is the litigation initiated by Orinda IP, but their patent is originally from Hyundai. But why Hyundai keep their own patent? They sold their valuable patent out and allow another party, the later patentee, to benefit so much, because this company used this single patent to 50 companies. So they help corporate management. You want to sell your patent, abandon your patent, then you will review it before you do any decision. You don't abandon your good patent. You don't sell your good patent. Sometimes you can sell your good patent if you can reasonable or sufficient compensation, but it helps you to avoid the fraud, the mistake. So here I would like to say the blockchain power patent platform. They use the power of blockchain, artificial intelligence data mining, and predicting analytics to unlock global patent value by making every step of process easier, simpler, cheaper, and faster. And leverage existing technology to make it free and easy to figure out who owner and patent to identify the most basic and critical attribute of a patent. And with new technology that make today's patent transaction, like licensing acquisition easier, faster, and simpler, reduce cost and friction, enable new type of patent transaction that are currently impractical or too expensive, because R&D, interaction, patent-based financing, self-designation, insurance, and more, promote a system that benefit all members of the patent ecosystem: R&D, inventor, service provider, regulator, patent owner, and society. So it's no longer we were threatened by U.S. legal professions to push everybody follow their steps. Intellectual property is increasingly control the legal profession, and technology and intellectual access are forcing the legal profession to adopt artificial intelligence and machine learning, big data analytics, automation, DIY law, checkbox, privacy, and data security for virtual lawyer. And will it change legal profession and cause changes as well? Copyright, time shift, space shift, patent, software, anything under the sun they made by men may. I heard in South Africa, AI could be the patent inventor, but I don't know what's the opinion from the other countries. On trademark, where smell, color, sound become the trademark. In France, yes, smell, colors, yes, sound, yes. Patent drafting, AI can do. Smart contract, blockchain, smart contract can do. Programmer can write a program. Inventorship, ownership, they may change from time to time. So AI, machine learning, they can do big data analysis. They help us do better on prior search, patentability determination, patent acquisition, patent assertion, patent and intellectual property investment. But is the law nothing more than just a process that can be coded? Of course not. Human intelligence are priceless, of course, but not everybody. Is an analytic engine better than an emotional human being? Sometimes. If some software are always there and always on, yes, software is there. They're frightening us. Lawyer no longer need to have office, and the cloud-based law firm can adequately protect the client. Are lawyer more subject to be hacked? Yes. And intrusion? Yes. Can the virtual lawyer ethically represent the client? We don't know yet. What does a lawyer offer, and are lawyers responsible for protecting intellectual property that might eliminate or change the profession? Or can experience and intuition be coded, machine learned? We never know, but fortunately not yet. So this is my presentation today. If you have any questions, I will be very happy to answer. And thank you, Professor Ng, for giving this wonderful opportunity.